Hi everyone. So as we start the new year, I wanted to talk a bit about not knowing and the feelings of uncertainty maybe that you might be experiencing right now. Often when we start the new year, we feel like we have to sit down and create a detailed plan of what's to come, of what we're going to do, of our expectations. We have New Year's resolutions a lot of the time. But actually, you may also be feeling that actually you don't know what's going to come this year, and actually a lot of us may be feeling like that, particularly with the last couple of years, the pandemic, where uncertainty has been a feeling that I think has perhaps been a bit more common than normal. And so I wanted to explore this feeling of not knowing, because so often it can be something that we really resist. As humans, we seem to like certainty and latching on to anything that's solid, anything that gives us those feelings of certainty, or even a feeling of control somehow. But actually, when we resist those feelings of uncertainty or of not knowing, actually that can create kind of an extra layer of anxiety maybe, or of suffering of some description, because we kind of grown up in this society where uncertainty is something that is often feared, or not seen as good, or seen as something that we should seek. But actually, what I've been seeing more and more is that this space of not knowing, and whatever that might be, not knowing about, whether it's plans or what we want, or it may be in our relationships or our work, or whatever it might be. But this space of not knowing can actually be the place where the magic really happens. Because it's, if you think about it, the ideas that we get out of the blue, they come from that kind of empty space of not knowing. We can't plan for those ideas to come along. And I think also in that space, it's where we learn, it's where we grow, it's where we heal. It's in that space that we're open to new experiences, to those ideas that come out of the blue, to listening to the nudges that we get that may seem totally random, but they may nudge us in a particular direction. And again, we can't access that if we are constantly in a space where we have total knowledge and total certainty. It's the space in between that magic really happens. And like I say, I'm seeing more and more that actually instead of that space being something that we fear, what if it's something that actually we can really embrace and relax into? And actually maybe it's even a space that we actually want to protect, because it creates this, I think I remember reading somewhere someone describe it as a fertile void, which I absolutely love, because that's exactly what it is. It's where new life grows, new ideas, new experiences grow. So why wouldn't we want to really embrace that? Why wouldn't we want to protect that? Because I think so often we can also focus on what isn't rather than what is. And that's something that Michael Neill spoke about recently on his podcast, which I definitely recommend checking out if you haven't come across it before. And again, this kind of goes hand in hand with feelings of uncertainty or feelings of not knowing, because so often we can focus on maybe what we feel is lacking, or we focus on the shoulds, like I should be making this plan, or I should be at this point in my career, I should be at this stage in my relationship. And when we focus on what isn't, we so often lose sight of what is. And this again is what Michael Neill was talking about in this podcast, and it really rang true, because when we focus on kind of lack, we kind of welcome in those feelings of absence, of falling short in some way, and we totally lose sight of what we do have, and the kind of idea of abundance, and how that is present in our life already. And that's not to say that we can't kind of look to experience new and different things, but it's kind of focusing on those feelings of lack rather than abundance. I think when we focus more on abundance, then we welcome more of it in. So in this space of not knowing, we can still be in a mindset that does kind of keep us open to that magic happening, to more and different and new things coming to us. It's kind of waiting with open arms almost, and I don't mean that to sound quite so passive, but I think by doing that, we kind of almost takes off the pressure a bit to keep doing, to keep chasing, to keep planning, to keep going all the time. That actually we can allow the unfolding. And I absolutely love that phrase, because life is unfolding every minute, and we can allow that, or we can resist it and try to kind of over control it. But I wonder what would be different if more often we just allowed that unfolding, and we relaxed into the not knowing in those times where we don't have certainty, and we even start to protect that space. So if anything has kind of stuck or made you think of something different, then just comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.